So go ahead and lay back. And as you're starting to settle into the ground, take a moment to kind of adjust your body to be comfortable. Double check a couple of breaths that the breath is flowing nicely. Right away, we'll start to connect with our intention. The intention for this class is the idea of, it's almost like a scientific experiment that we're doing for ourselves. We're trying to test the question, is there a correlation between my body being more relaxed, more stretched, just feeling better, and the depth that I can go in my meditation? And so there will be several different points in class today. We'll take several stretches and then we'll pause and do a mini meditation. And then we'll do some more yoga stuff and then we'll pause, do another mini meditation. And so kind of the idea is we're going through this is for you to just experiment, see if as your body feels better and better, see if there's a correlation to how your mind, the depth that you can go to in the meditation. Kind of the way that it feels. So that'll be kind of the experiment that we're playing with as we go through class. And so we're going to start off here with our first little mini meditation already, kind of setting our control before we've really done much at all. And so what I'm going to do is guide us through progressively relaxing one part of the body at a time. And then at the end, I'll leave us for another minute or so, just relaxation, silent meditation, just to kind of tune in, check out how we're doing. And so starting off, any body part I name, just imagine that body part is getting so relaxed. So starting off with the toes, the feet, calves, thighs, hips, abdomen, chest, arms and hands, shoulders, neck, head, and all sorts of facial muscles, the jaw, the tongue, the inner and outer corners of the eyes. And with the body relaxed here, we'll pause for another minute or so, just enjoying the breath. Just notice how deep can we relax mentally. Just enjoy getting to be in this spot. Another 3 huge, long breaths. And we'll turn this into our banana stretch. So right ankle goes over left ankle, and then scoot the legs off to the left side of your mat. Grabbing onto your right wrist, scoot your shoulders off to the left side of the mat, banana to left. You could be passive here, just kind of holding the general shape, or you could be active, pushing against ankle and wrist connections. It's up to you. Just notice how it feels to let all those side muscles start to stretch. Releasing back through the center. Then second side, left ankle goes over right, legs off to the right. Grabbing onto left wrist, scoot the shoulders off to the right. Same quality as before, maybe it's active, pushing against ankle wrist, or maybe it's just passive holding. Either way, let this breath flow, trying to expand our lungs into this place. Seeing how deep the breath can go, take one more huge cycle. Good. Release, take your body back even onto the mat. And then we'll clasp our hands together, bringing the hands straight up overhead, as in over chest, heart area. And from here, we'll go into a wrist stretch. So the left hand pulls the right hand down. That back side of the right wrist is getting that really good stretch for a couple of breaths. And release, just switch. Left hand getting pulled down into the stretch. As you release, flip your hands, palm face up, and then we'll get that other half of the wrist. So the left hand pulls down from here, exposing that kind of inner side of the right wrist upward. And switch it out, left hand getting pulled down into the left wrist stretch. And as we release, both hands are relaxed. We're rolling the hands out a few times left and right. Just helping those wrists out after that really good stretch. When the wrists feel good, take hands around the right knee and try to pull that right knee in toward right shoulder as deep as it's willing to go. And take that right knee into a twist, crossing over the body to left. Also allow the right arm to reach out to the right. So it's like the upper half of the body is twisting to one direction, lower half of the body is trying to go the other way. Huge inhale. Nice exhale. Hips go to the ground, right leg straight up to the sky. Do whatever feels good. Maybe it's foot circles. Maybe it's pulling in deep. It's up to you. Take that right ankle up onto the left thigh, setting up for that hug. You'll notice we'll do a couple of extended hip openers, kind of like this one. We're going to be holding this one slightly longer than the last couple of poses. The idea there is that by opening up the hips, it's like we're preparing our sitting posture to be as comfortable as possible. So that way, just the act of sitting isn't uncomfortable. The more uncomfortable it is, the harder it is to have a good deep meditation. So if this starts to feel easy, maybe pull it in deeper. If you're in a good spot, just keep on breathing. That long, deep breath is easing us toward a more and more relaxed state. One more huge breath in. Exhale, release the ankle. Both legs are put them together. One hand on each knee. Do a couple of easy rocks, maybe for sacrum, maybe for hips or low back. And then curling forehead into the knees. We'll take our exhale here. Inhale, we stretch the arms toward head of mat, legs toward base of mat, and curl back in. Repeating for another 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Both hands around the left knee, head relaxes down. Right leg gets to drop all the way down to the earth. Take a moment to pull left knee in as tight as it's willing to go. And start to invite this knee to the twist, crossing over the body. Then the left arm stretches up to left. Good, taking another huge inhale. With our exhale, hip to the ground, leg up to sky, whatever feels good, circles, pulling. Beautiful. Taking this ankle to thigh. This is that extended hold. Begin to let your breath go deep already. Huge inhales. Nice exhales. Notice how the deeper the breath is, the more we're inviting the body to that deep, slow state of being in flow. being in the zone. It's not a tired kind of slow. It's a focused, almost passionate kind of flow. So let's take 3 more huge cycles right here. Whenever you get to your 3rd exhale, sooner or later, uncross the ankle, place a hand on each knee. Do a few more easy little movements for hips and low back. And to stillness with this. 5 more cycles, curling forehead into the knees, and then inhale, stretch out. Exhale, curl back in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let the feet plant close to the glutes. We'll take a bridge pose and stay. So lift the hips up, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Clasp hands if you can, walking shoulders under. And see here if you can not only get to a flat line, but also lift higher than that. Bowing the body up. Keep the knees squeezed slightly inward. Good. Another huge cycle. Breath in and out. Release your hands. Roll back down. And then we're going to set up for fish. So kind of lift your hips up enough to get both hands face down underneath. And then slide the legs long. As you do a little crunch to get yourself propped up on elbows, squeeze the elbows together. Lift heart up. Head rock stack, barely touching crown of head to the earth. Keep that heart lifting up. That's the biggest action here. Throat is opening, heart is opening, legs are grounding. Two more deep breaths. Head curls in to lift up. When you free out the hands, just continue to press your way up to sit. And then we'll take our way to an easy counter stretch for our spine, just easing our spine up and forward. If the neck feels tight, maybe let the head roll around left and right. And starting to sit up from here. If you can stay tall on your own, just stay like this. Hands floating off to each side. If hands need to be on the floor instead to support you, that's okay. So floating hands, start to let the right ear drop to the right shoulder. With that left hand kind of pulling to the left, it brings that left shoulder in a nice stretch. Good, head up. And then left ear down, right hand pulling to right. And head up. Right hand finds the floor. We can lean this left hand up and over, just don't let the sitting bones rise. So the sitting bones staying down, that's your limiting factor. Huge stretch. And lifting up, switch it out. And rise. Your left leg, tuck it to the side. A little hint, knee going wider is easier for the knee. Forward is harder. The foot can be pointed or flexed, whatever's more comfortable there. And then we'll start to head backwards into that left quad stretch. So sometimes just heading back is enough, a little tailbone scoop. Sometimes I lower down to right elbow if I need more. Left elbow is fine. Occasionally people can make their way all the way down, so it's up to you. Make sure that left quad is in a good stretch wherever you're at. And just take some good breaths. Some more cycles flowing through our body. For the second one, reverse every single step you took to get into it. Come into elbows and hands. When we free out the leg, let the body have another chance to just easy stretch over those two straight legs. Rising up. We'll take all that in reverse for the second side. So hands float off to left and right. Let the left ear drop down the left shoulder. It comes up over to the right. When the head comes up, let the left hand lean over to the left. Just don't get the sitting bones split. And rising up to switch. And when we come up, this time it's right leg that tucks back. Go wider, go narrower, it's up to you. And then start taking just as much time, just as much patience to head into the stretch. Maybe heading toward hands, toward elbows, or all the way down. Feel how intense that stretch is, how deep it can be through those quad muscles that have a tendency to be tight. Take 2 more huge cycles, deep and slow. Easy reverse all the way up, step by step. Then that same stretch over 2 legs. When we rise up, take a comfortable seated position, cross-legged. We'll take a few breaths to kind of energize our body before this next meditation. So inhale, circle arms up to sky. Exhale, twist to one side, you choose. Inhale up through center. Exhale, second side. Take another one to each direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, grab and pull down. Inhale up. Exhale, down, 9. 8. Pumping the lungs in and out. 7. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the hands, clasp them behind your back. Start to pull the arms away from you. Arms getting kind of pulled into a nice shoulder stretch. And then tilt the hands a little bit to the right. And a little bit to the left. Going up through the center. One more inhale. And exhale, release hands. Hands will rest on the thighs, either palm face up, kind of like you're receiving, or palm face down, kind of like you're processing. And imagine, as we take this little mini meditation that I promised, imagine taking on a mantra. With our inhale, we think so. With our exhale, we think hum. Following our breath in that way, notice how deep our mind can go now. So hum means I am that. That reminder that we're more connected than we think we are. So taking 3 more of these breaths with so hum. We come to our third exhale. We take our way onto hands and knees. Be with your breath as we start to take some cat-cows, rounding the spine up to side, dropping belly down to ground. More full cycles. As we finish that third cycle, we'll take 3 mini flows. So spine at neutral, walk the hands forward. Kneeling plank is fine unless you want full plank. Lower all the way down to heart to the earth. Take the back bend just however much you want right now. It doesn't have to be super intense. And then shift back child pose. You get to stay as long as you want. Eventually we'll take 2 more of those, but this is at your own pace. So you could rush through them to get to enjoy a longer child at the end, or you can take each and every spot nice and slow. You do finish your last one, we'll pause in the child's pose just a little bit longer. Yep, to the down dog only when you feel ready. Eventually walking our hands to the back of the mat. Pause in that forward fold for a few breaths. Next, inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Feel your feet solid on the earth, like the feet are spreading out. They're twice as big as they actually are. It's like it'd be impossible to fall over. Those feet are so large right here. So from that wide, solid position standing, shift your weight into left foot. Right knee will rotate open, tree pose. Try to minimize the wobble, just rounding down. We start to release this foot down, cross the right foot in front of the left foot, and then round down. We're getting into that IT band stretch for the left leg. Rolling our way up. Step the right foot forward. Right leg is very straight as we travel down pyramid. Maybe hands on the shin or maybe hands to floor. Try to keep that leg very straight. Bending the knees, roll our way up. As we step our weight onto that right foot, rotate directly open into tree pose, allowing that right foot automatically to feel solid, very grounded. Feel our posture rising up tall. Maybe hands float up this time. Solid inhale. Exhale, cross this left leg in front of the other. Roll our way down. Rising up, step the left foot in front of the other. Leg stays locked straight as we roll down, maybe pausing at shin or floor. Rising up, step both feet up for the top. Right away, both feet start to feel grounded. The rest of the spine lifts up tall. Arms can be at heart or open by our sides. We'll take a moment to close our eyes. a couple of breaths of a mini meditation here. Just feeling how it is to ground down and lift up. Breath flowing deep. Opening the eyes, try to keep that mental state. Shifting our weight onto left leg. Grab right foot and right hand behind you. Pausing here for the quad stretch. If you're not in it, tailbone scoots under. Another inhale. Exhale, release. Switch sides right away. Mind is so calm. More inhale. Exhale, release. Circle arms to sky, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting hands down. Step walk or jump to plank. Lower heart to the earth. And taking 5 cobras. Inhale up. Exhale down. 4. 3. 2. 1. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Putting right leg up to sky. And step right foot in between hands. Back heel dropping down. Setting up in the shape of a very strong warrior 1. And the arms just sweep up. Inhale. Exhale, rotate open, warrior 2. Setting up extended side angle, either front elbow drops to thigh or fingers to floor. Then the other arm goes to a nice long forward angle. Rising up, reverse the arms. And at your own pace, take 2 more of those cycles. Extended side angle to reverse. You finish the last one in warrior 2. Feel the spine lifting tall. That height we get when we sit tall in meditation. So 1 more inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step the front foot back, plank. Lower chaturanga. 3 cobras. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2. 1. Downward facing dog. Left leg floats. Step it through, back heel down. Legs in a solid shape, rise warrior 1. Open warrior two. Your own pace. Establish the first extended side angle. Find the good position. When you're ready, 3 cycles. Warrior two when you finish. Feel the spine lifting up. The backhand making sure to stay open. And inhale. Exhale, cartwheel down. Step back. Lower chaturanga. Just one time cobra and pause a little bit longer. Easing into any spots that feel like they need the help. Good, downward facing dog. To the top of the mat. A good inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart. Shifting our weight into left foot. Let this right knee rotate open, trying to take right ankle to left thigh. The other leg is bending to create the shelf. You could be trying to just balance here. You could be dropping elbows down toward that right leg, or sometimes fingers to floor is possible. Whatever's going on, we're trying to get that hip to open. Getting a few bonus hip openers as we're wrapping up. And start to rise. Drop right foot to the earth. Same thing left, rotate it up. Bending the standing leg, start to lower down, finding a good balance still. Raising up. Drop the foot down. Circle arms up to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands down. One last time, lowering down to the earth. This time, scoot the elbows underneath us. Left hand swivels in, propping us up. Right hand grabs right toes. Allow yourself to pull into one last quad stretch. If it's pretty easy, maybe the right hip drops back down. If you still need more, maybe right shoulder rotates forward into a shoulder stretch also. Releasing, switch it out. Releasing, downward facing dog. Right leg floats clear up to sky. And side of the knee sweeps under and through, pigeon pose. Let the back leg scoot back, keep the sacrum level. If you love sleeping pigeon, that's great. If you want a different version, beautiful. Planting the hands. Take a recovery through downward facing dog. Start to float the left leg up high. And send it under and through pigeon. Choosing your variation, choosing your timing. And a good inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moment with recovery. And dropping down to knees. We'll take a twist. Right hand reaches up to sky. Spread right shoulder under and through. Left hand could stay. It could walk to the top. It could swing around the low back. Just 3 good deep breaths. Left hand slides in, press into it. Right away, second side. This time, left hand up to sky. Spread it under and through. Choose what to do with right hand. One more inhale. Exhale. Press into right calf. Take a little cat. A cow. Good. And we'll choose a meditative seat. So you could either come back and just sit on the heels if you know that you can maintain that comfortably for a while, or you could make your way to a comfortable seated position. I'm going to guide us through 3 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. After the 3 rounds, you could continue longer. Eventually, we'll take some meditation time, and then eventually it'll be some shavasana time. So that'll be kind of the direction, breathing, and then meditation, and then shavasana. Your shavasana could be seated. It could be any other thing that you want. So the idea, just those 3, you choose the exact point you're in. So for alternate nostrils, on your right hand, tuck the pointer and middle finger down. We'll block off alternate between the thumb and the ring finger to block off one nostril at a time. So get the right hand ready. Take a normal, natural breath through both. Inhale. Exhale. Block off right, inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Your choice, continue breathing. You begin your meditation, or maybe go straight to Shavasana, all at your own time, your own pace. Notice how deep is the mind willing to go now. Here we'll begin to deepen our inhales. Deepen our exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretch out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. And if you're on your back, starting to roll over to a nice fetal position. Doing a few bonus breaths, maybe 3 or 4 more. Rising up only when you feel ready. With hands joining together in front of our heart, we notice within our own system, at least for this hour that we had, was there a correlation between how our body felt and the depth of our meditation? We realize we can have fun with these types of experiments, learning all sorts of things about ourselves, just having fun along the way, learning what it takes for us to get the goals that we're wanting to achieve, what helps, what impedes. And so with this kind of curiosity, perhaps even to lead us toward the same question the rest of the day, pausing in little brief meditations to see how you're doing, see how deep it can go. With this kind of curiosity to lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. Om. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste. You're so welcome. So glad you're